Hey, how the hell is it going? It is Rich. Welcome back to the studio. Today I am doing this digital speed painting of Edward Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist. And if you're new here, this is basically all I do: anime, manga, comic book inspired paintings and drawings. So if that's something you're interested in, go and subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Like this video, help me out. Still a very small channel. Just a squirrel trying to get a nut. So here I am laying in the rough figure sketch, and I went to Pinterest obviously and got some inspiration, and I saw some dude with his hands out like this, and I was like, that's kind of like perfect for like an alchemist, especially Edward, who claps his hands together to make stuff. And this is like an image taking place right after he clapped his hands together to make some sort of transmutation. I don't know what he's transmuting though. Obviously nothing, you know, it's equivalent exchange, so there would have to be something there for him to transmute. But he's got this electricity and energy flowing. I thought it was kind of a badass idea and pose, so I went along with it. The hands gave me hell for some reason. Normally I don't have this much trouble with hands, but it was very fun to do, and doing some interesting stuff with the fingers. I don't think that's entirely accurate to like how it usually is in the anime. Like his hands are usually pretty stiff in this praying kind of pose when he does it, but no, actually I guess this would be kind of right. You know, once he claps his hands together, he can do whatever he wants with his fingers, I guess. So mix it up a little bit, not a huge amount. With the inking, I'm using the real G pen instead of the G pen, or the rough textured nib. I forgot what it's called, but I just wanted to change it up a little bit. Feeling a little unmotivated, that's why you've probably seen less from me on my YouTube channel. Just a lot of shorts, and I kind of wanted to experiment, see what would get the algorithm moving a little better for me. So I tried doing shorts. Nothing seems, I mean, it hasn't helped me out a huge amount. Matter of fact, they're getting less views than my normal videos do, so I'm probably not going to do that many. But they're fairly easy and quick to do. So if you guys like shorts, go and check out my shorts. I'm just saying. So he's not wearing his jacket in this image. It's probably got shredded up and torn to pieces during this fight that he's in. I don't know. But he's got his gloves on still, and he has that black undershirt. So that's what I'm rolling with. Of course, the metal arm. I'm a huge fan of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Like, it is just an insanely good anime. I wish it was still going on. Actually, I don't, because, you know, this stuff, they make stuff go on ridiculously long to the point where it just turns out bad. Like Bleach, they just pushed way too far, and the power scaling ended up being, you know, unbearable, and the fights drag on forever. Fullmetal Alchemist had a clear beginning and ending, and the plot was very well done. Like, it's just my favorite. I actually haven't even read the manga, but I've watched both the anime and everything that's come out with it. And Brotherhood is by far better than the original. Although I don't have much of a problem with the original, but it is so hugely different that you can just, it's basically two different anime. It's so different. But Edward Elric's probably one of my favorite anime characters. He's just so deep and personable, I think. You know, he's serious, but there's definitely a balance with the humor that I enjoy, and it's not a lot of the slapstick, stupid humor you get from a lot of anime, so I enjoy it. I mean, some of it's like really quirky and out there and over-the-top reactions to him being called shrimp, but for the most part, I really like the humor in it. So I'm picking a skin tone and laying it down. It's pretty light. That's fine. I notice a lot of anime, they go very light, almost pastel-y with the flesh tones, so I'm just rocking with it, and I think it ended up working out pretty well. I'm going to do cell shading on this image. I really love the whole cell shading thing. I love the look. A little more old school. I don't like the huge amount of soft tones that they do nowadays in anime and manga illustrations. I just don't like all the soft tones. I mean, Like the soft shading and blending can look really good, and it totally depends on the subject matter and stuff, but I think, I don't know, for the stuff that I like, hard shadows and dramatic lighting and the cell shading look, I really love it. And I prefer it with like limited gradients, obviously. But working on the auto mail, which is just such an awesome aspect to the Fullmetal Alchemist like world. Like they're further back in time, but they have this magical source of power and energy called alchemy. And then there's like, oh, but look, they're advanced enough to have very good prosthetics that are actually, you know, synced and tied into your biology and neurons and stuff. And it's like, obviously not real. Obviously that wouldn't be possible, I don't think, in this world. Like they don't go at all into explaining how they developed this stuff, or it's just like assumed, yeah, of course, that'd be fine. But I do love that stuff. But I think it's funny how nobody really questions it. And I wasn't too sure about the color on the lips, if that was the right move to do, but again, I'm trying something new here. And I figured there's going to be a bunch of energy and distortion in front of his face with the alchemy going on, that it might look okay. It might look good. And I'm not taking, you know, the Fullmetal Alchemist style, like, directly. I'm taking the characters and putting them in my own style. So, and if you haven't heard of this manga or anime called Levius Established, Levius/EST, fantastic anime, and even a better manga. The artist is so damn good. So damn good. I'm really trying to, I found out he has a YouTube channel, so I've been watching him. His name is Haruhise, I forget, but if you look up, yeah, just look up Levius manga or manga artist, and his videos will show up. They aren't hugely entertaining. As a matter of fact, he removes all the sound, and it's really just these silent videos as he works on the manga. But it's great if you're at, you know, a point where you want to see this kind of stuff in the process of making of a manga, because he does it entirely traditional, and it's awesome. So anyway, here I am adding in the energy. I know there's going to be this light blue glow coming, some electricity flowing around his hands and the spot where any kind of transmutation would be occurring. So I don't even know what he's transmuting. Probably nothing. Maybe he's doing some sort of transmutation in the air or something. But I just loved this pose and this dynamic kind of composition, and being cropped in close to the energy and the focus on the character's face. So, and I'm doing all this on a layer over all the other colors. With cell shading, it's super easy. I do all my cell shading on one layer. Yeah, all the skin and clothes and the armor and the two tones are all on one layer. It's not a very complicated piece. So the armor, I put a gradient on instead of a flat color. And I'm trying to figure out what my dark tone's going to be. I didn't have any problem with the skin or anything. I usually have trouble with color picking and making it, you know, a good, believable color. I don't know why, but. And the shadow for the gloves actually has a little bit of purple, and purple is a good color to use for any kind of shadows. Shadows are typically going to be cooler, but if you use purple instead of blue, it looks more realistic. And I can't explain why, but somebody said that once, and I tried it, and I was like, yeah, it doesn't even look like it's purple, unless, you know, maybe now that I said it, you can kind of tell, but it's close to gray. It's very desaturated middle tone purple. And sure, I'm pretty sure I'm on the purple scale too with the shirt, which is like black in the anime, but you know, it's not going to be totally black. It's going to be like an off black charcoal kind of color. But yeah. And And I just figured this airbrush thing that I did wasn't enough, so I'm adding in lines, and it's going over my other line art, so it's on a totally new layer above everything. And it just wasn't pumped up enough, so here I am adding even more white above the line art and everything else. So if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. I appreciate the support. You guys can find me on Instagram too. I'll be posting this up there. Not the whole video, I'm going to post a time-lapse version of it. But yeah, and comment below, who's your favorite Full Metal Alchemist character?